Hello, my name is Ava Medeiros for the Top Hat News. It is the day of the presidential election on November 6th of 1860, and the results have just been polled. Lincoln has won. He beat John Bell, John Breckinridge, and Stephen Douglas. If you look on the map being shown to you now, you can see that Lincoln won the majority of the electoral votes, with Breckinridge, Bell, and Stephen Douglas coming after him. Before the election, the Democrats met and decided to choose Stephen Douglas as their candidate because they believed that he could defeat the Black Republicans. The Republicans met in Chicago of 1860 and chose Abraham Lincoln as their candidate because he could carry the northern states and the others that remained uncertain. The Constitutional Union Party nominated John Bell of Tennessee for their candidate. The polls of the election have just come in and showed that Lincoln received only 40% of the popular vote and 180 electoral votes, meaning that 60% of the country did not vote for him. Will the South accept this? What will happen to the Union? Will South Carolina or any other state succeed? Stay tuned to find out. And now we have a Northern Democrat being interviewed by one of our staff about their thoughts on the election.
What is your view on the outcome of the election?
As a strong supporter of slavery, I cannot say I am pleased with the outcome of the election of 1860. I fear that with Abraham Lincoln as president, our Union is already falling apart. It has only been a few hours, and I have already heard people protesting in the streets and read about threats of secession from the southern states.
How do you feel about the threats of the secession?
I cannot blame any one of them. I too believe that if we are going to have someone like Lincoln, someone willing to take away our right of property that is so clearly protected in the Constitution, as president, then we will most definitely be better off as our own country.
What actions do you think Lincoln will take?
My honest prediction on what I think Lincoln is going to do about the secession is encourage us to leave. Lincoln will not mind if the slave states leave the country because he has said it himself. He wants a country where every state is one thing. He does not like having a bunch of free states and slave states. I am sure that he will be relieved to find that he is left with only free states.
And now we have Stephen Douglas with his thoughts on the election.
Is there a statement you would like to make about the election?
I would just like to wish Lincoln good luck, as I can only foresee a civil war in his presidential future. He's going to have many angry Southerners on his hands, as they believe Lincoln's efforts are purely to benefit the abolitionists. The South will not stand for that. This issue begs the question, sovereignty or states' rights? The South wants to come together to make a decision that will be an asset to their government and society. They don't want anyone to make decisions for them, and slavery is justified by the prospering Southern territories. It is not immoral, but rather backwards. With that being said, I hope he is prepared for the challenge he is about to face.
And now we introduce Abraham Lincoln with his thoughts on the election.
How do you feel about having won the election, and what do you plan to change in the future?
As you may have heard, I have just won the election of 1860. I am very happy and surprised at the outcome, and will do everything in my power to keep the Union together and stay away from a civil war. I believe at this time of peril in our country, we need a strong ruler over the people that will keep everything in order. On the issues of slavery, I am sure that Southerners are angry with the outcome of the election, because we do not support it. But the abolishment of slavery in our country will solve many problems. It is the only issue our nation has ever been split up over. This is all I have to say for today. Thank you for having me, Top Hat News. Thank you for watching Top Hat News. We'll see you next time.